your service, and welcome back to another wonderful game of WoW, the World of Warcraft. I'm still currently level 68 mage, and my name is Firestar. Okay, we'll enter the world, shall we? And so what we can do, and what we want to do tonight. You only get a couple of hours. I only get a couple of hours to play the game tonight, which is kind of annoying. I like to sleep and wake up reasonably early. Do stuff during the day. I've still got to get some bread. Yeah, we're going after that one. Got to kill. What are we going to do? Kill 20 something savages and 10. There we go. Simple. That we know. Backpack. Make anything worthwhile on the alchemy side of things. No. Everything I could possibly make, I haven't got the stuff for. And everything else is all grey here. I can make 21 of those, 22 of those. Dull. So that's kind of pointless. But let's go. Kill some things. Ah, there we go. Let's target that thing. Oh, hello, what's a bad thing? That one.
I need a target.
Oh, okay.
A target.
So we've got lots of problems there. No. Take that one there.
To target something first.
Ah, that's really need other help. So if we've got a grid, I'm going to have to just sort of like kill them. Take the guard out by itself though, because he's just by himself. Two guts there, so let's take them on, shall we? Okay. Two more guns.
It's not ready yet. I don't have a target.
No. Maybe those ones are killing him. Oh, my skip. 5 more of those and some more of those. So let's take you up and drop that there.
I need to target something first. I need a target.
I must be able to kill them. I'm gonna get this stuff. Oh, I think I knew. Didn't want to kill. Oh, I'll kill you anyway because you're a bad person. I'll go up here. Pick on a soldier. Oh, lots of people here.
Target something first.
Ten of those. We're gonna kill. We're gonna kill more. Why can't I take that? Strange.
I can't loot that.
Why can't I like what the? Okay. And what do I do? Still wanna kill more of those. I'll go to kill.
I don't have a target. Target.
Yeah, we're gonna kill some more things here still though. Yeah, the vision. These creatures. now all I have to do is kill 4 more of those, I think. Where are they all five? No, somewhere.
I need a target. I don't have a target. To target something first.
Get all of them done. Ready. Let's just raid the corpses. Okay, let's go. Pretty sure
I'm out of range.
That's okay. Right out. Now, I'm done. I'm gonna kill. What am I gonna kill him? Go hand that in. I'm close to that one, so I'm on to fly over there and hand that in to the number 1. What is number 1 next? Hello? I'll check out backpack.
What do you need?
What do you need?
For the Horde.
Oh, the hole.
Blood and thunder.
Yeah.
Go forth
No.
to victory.
Backpack and character. Now. Useless to me. That's a cloth, so that will go. When we go, we'll pack up. Now, I'm sitting in wall beds. Ah, yes, that crap for that thing. No, that's fine. That stays there. I still haven't worked out what I'm going to do with the oil yet. Okay, that's fine. There's not much we can do about that. Oh, we're going to get something decent out of that one. Backpack, okay. Yeah, number 1 we want now. Now what do we have to do? Gotta find some things. Okay. Okay. Fine, I'm going to destroy some things. None of you wants 5 of them. Muxbull. Don't tell me that. Oh, hello. They're not in, are they? Oh, they are it. Is that one I want to kill or not?
need to get closer.
I'm in the area. I'll go to your eye. That was it. Let's go find the right stuff, right?
User joined your channel.
Hello, you go.
Hey, how are you, man?
Doing good, and how about yourself?
I'm great, I'm great. Still on World of Tanks?
Nah, I'm just I'm not playing WoW. World of WoW.
Ah, okay. Alright. I've been trying to run around the bubble and stuff, trying to get relationships. It's pretty interesting stuff actually, but around 2 AM, like I was at one of the got wiped out by the Targoids, with the cult and everything. And I was like, as I was listening to the voice files, whoa, I kind of just like felt weirded out for a few minutes. It's like, okay, this is creepy as hell. Yeah, I mean, hearing the voice files and how it shows that how extreme cultists can be. Wow. I just straight up just logged out and just went to sleep. You want to think about it. But it's kind of a scary thing, just imagine just like you in a settlement all alone, far away somewhere, and then no one's gonna help you. Yeah, I for a moment could really feel the fear. And then with like the AI like patrolling around the whole settlement wasn't really helping.
I hate games like that, which is annoying. Especially zombie ones and stuff like that.
Yeah. That was I think it's all the details of the stuff can be found on like the Canon, I think the Canon site, Canon Research. So I was thinking, okay, these are all the sites that people have visited, and I'm just gonna go check them out. I think one of them, Generation Ship Demeter,
I need a
it
target.
descended to cannibalism, man. Damn.
Yeah.
It's quite the mechanics fighting the the other so-called
generation ships, yeah.
that was like, I was like hearing the voice, I was like, what the hell must have happened? The implications. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff. If people do spend the time to go out and get to the locations, but they're not that far. They're like within the bubble, a lot of them, so it's pretty much okay.
I've been to a couple of them.
Ah, okay.
But other than that,
I don't have a target.
stealing controls and leaving the station on pawn.
I see.
It's fun to do that.
Like I it's open-ended, you kind of just create your own adventure. So what I do is I have a blood
I need to target. target something
and then all
first.
the different chips that I use, and I'll just explain stuff. So I was like, I didn't update that for quite a while. So I was thinking, okay, let's do this. Let's go to the first 3 locations on the Canon research site, and yeah, it took a while, but at least I'm like following up on it. And then the moment I started putting stuff up, and then I people following and start saying, oh, that's good. You know, that's good fun. You gotta create your own adventures.
Yeah, you
It's
create
pretty
your own
fun
stuff.
that way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun creating your own
It's
adventures. Mate, how you want to play the game is up to you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the beauty of it that I really love.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be like all meta and stuff, you know. Like everybody's doing this, so I gotta do this too.
Yeah, that's true.
Though I would like to try pirating properly, just that I can't decide on how to ship out. Well,
I need a target.
like to go on open. But,
I know what you mean.
yeah. That's one of the things I do when I play WoW. I have a few characters on the roleplay servers, and it's really fun to get like immersed in it. And it's even more fun that people respond because it's an RP server, and they don't break RP. Like I told you before, I like leveling lobbies. So I'll be like, I don't use the heirlooms, the leveling gears and all that. I just like get quest rewards, and you know, I'm happy with that. I'll use greens, I'll use blues, and then just mess around. And like people actually don't fast travel to places; they actually travel as a group sometimes. So that's
I need a target.
Some other people target go as a group. They wander around as a group
Yeah.
on missions, and that's annoying sometimes.
sometimes, yeah.
Because you're trying to do stuff and they're always killing it for you.
Yeah. What, have you gone Northern yet?
What's that?
Have you gone over to Northern? Or are you still like level 70-ish?
I'm level 68 at the moment.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Just take your time and play it.
Yeah,
There's
I'll just
no
take it
real...
one step at a time.
Yeah, there's no real reason to like rush everything. It's just that like,
I'm gonna have to find that one person there. Where is that waker? Sorry, I'm just trying to find one person over here.
no problem.
Just remembering everything.
Sorry?
Remembering clicking the things, getting the right target.
Yeah. Yep. But I realized that I end up going back to my main character a lot, and then I go back and do the older scenes, which and it's pretty fun.
I need to target something first.
You could run through them alone without much issue because the monsters and the bosses can't break you. But I would recommend once you're at max level and stuff, go back to the older content like Cataclysm,
I
like
need a
Burning
target.
Crusade.
Okay.
You can run those raids with your character alone. You don't need a group, and you'll actually see there's actually a lot of story in them, and it's really nice. It links up to whichever adventure you're in anyway, so it's not bad. Like
I need to target something first.
those much more that it's worth it because the story there is really nice. Because there's quite a few actors. Like 25 to 90 years from Hong Kong. Yeah, they're pretty good. Wow, it's strange not seeing Super online at this time.
Yeah. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Bad dude. Kill. I have to know a flying mount is fantastic. I've only got one character anyway. So that's amazing. I've got a level 110
Yeah.
I can put into play, but I just don't follow, you know what I mean? 'Cause I'm still getting used to this one.
Yeah. Correct. Because if you were to go in with a level 110 character and you're not sure how the class works, right, it's gonna ruin that for
Oh,
you.
Demas just said, don't even bother. You basically get yourself killed. I was like, okay, fair enough. I take your word for it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I actually have 2 level 110 upgrades that I just left it there, and I mean I'm keeping them for, like, let's say if someone really wants, really needs like me to come and play on their server, I'll just play with them just in case, because I've played all the classes, so I have a rough idea of what to do. So I just have 2 of them there, 2 of the upgrades there just in case. Like a lot of it's like instead of having you pay with a subscription, you can use it like as a monthly subscription game roll, and you buy it for game time. So I have like a whole bunch of them that I sold to a lot of players, and then one of them sent me a code for like 2 extra characters. Yeah, you can do. Yeah, you can gain gold to, but the prices are inflated as a, yeah, it's like 300 gig gold, and previously it was like only like 20-30k when it came out, but right now it's inflated to the point that it's not worth it. So
Yeah.
I had like 16 months worth. I just sold it to some players, and then 2 of them traded with me for level codes. Like they would buy me the level upgrades so they can get like 2 months each. I'm like, oh yeah, that's fair. It's like $30. So, oh well. So whenever I mentioned that like say if I want to play as a card that I know how to play, but I just have it on that particular server, then I'll just make it. So no, I went back to playing WoW a few days ago, and instantly I played it for a while, and just like I was doing some quests, and then I got pissed off because I was trying to complete the quest, but it was taking me a really long time, and it was just because of people like PvPing there while others who were trying to do the quest were like in the crossfire of the whole PvP thing. So
But the thing is, you don't
yeah.
have to do the PvP, just ignore. They can't harm you
Oh
unless
no.
unless you do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing is, the characters that I play with, they're all on a PvP server. You can't really turn it off, but they're on war mode as well for the extra EXP.
Huh?
There is this option called war mode where you can turn it on and off. So I did leave it on because you get bonus EXP and bonus rewards as well
Yeah.
if you
Okay.
if you leave it off. So I had left it on, but the thing is, the quest mobs were in the crossfire. So even if you had PvP off, by the time you were to try and kill something, the others PvPing there would just kill it. So it was kind of annoying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna search dung heaps. Right.
I think I'm gonna go get another anaconda.
Another one. How many do you have?
2. Actually 1. But if I get another one, it's the second one. But the first one, I use it more for like a bit of combat, multi-mission kind of thing, like where I can take multiple different kinds of missions and go for just use it for everything. This second one that I want to get, I'm considering turning into a proper explorer. Just because it's a big ship.
Yeah, you can turn into a
It's
really
pretty
good
cool.
explorer, yeah.
But
Like, it's the best explorer in the game.
Yeah, I think mainly because of the mass though. Even though it's a big ship, it's only what 400 tons stock.
But you
just
can
like
make
that.
it lighter and all that, but you can also put, when you're doing the exploring, you can actually put other stuff onto it as well.
Yeah,
Like
it's
your,
cheaper. I
like
mean,
your
from what I've
buggy
heard,
and all that, and your
the
and your fighters and all that. So you want to have
Yeah.
a fighter, and you want to have all sorts of other stuff as well. But you can lighten everything
Yeah.
right down and put the what do you call it, the Guardian's jump range thing as well on it.
Yeah. With the Guardian jump range thing, my Orca's like 63. I love it.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
I know, me too.
To be honest, I've been using the Corvette for a bit, and I mean, I know it's really good and it's very good for combat and stuff, but I'm starting to like grow out of it for some reason.
Fair enough. I'll go hand these two
Yeah.
in here.
But I mean, it looks awesome. It's one of the best looking ships in the game, and it sounds badass. But I can't seem to like, like the others. Like the others are like, oh, I got the best ship in the game, and I don't need anything else.
No.
I don't want to be that guy. I still going to come up with a build for an Eagle that I have. That I really want to use it.
See you.
But seeing how, as in, I don't think an Eagle's gonna survive in a Hazres. Oh well, just make something and maybe go to a low res or something.
Okay.
I even made a combat killback that day, with a Guardian fighter with like insane. I think like I had 1,000 shields on it, but it couldn't fight a gunship. It couldn't fight a few other different ships that I was encountering, because it's a killback and it doesn't really handle like like the other combat ships.
Okay.
No, I'm just thinking either the Anaconda or I'm just gonna buy like the Challenger Chiefless.
You got the money and all that. You got the engineering stuff. Go for it.
Yeah.
I don't have a target.
I'm still sort of getting used to this game.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was playing it for about, I think, 9 years, 10 years, and even as I mentioned, I didn't say that I'm a master of a single class, I've played them all, but it comes as a second nature for me sometimes, especially if I play like the warrior, because that was my first character, and anytime I want to play as a warrior, I already know what I want to build for. So I'll just play the same way I've always played. Like I enjoy being a Tauren warrior just because for me. And then on the alliance, in the alliance side, I had like the Worgen warrior. I love the Worgen female model. It looks really good. So I was just like messing around with them.
Fair enough.
Yep.
I just like the game, sorry. It's really good. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have not tried any other character except Mage. It's the only one I've
Nah.
tried.
Yeah, I mean, play a main first. That mage, I'm pretty sure is going to be a main character.
To target
Like mess
something
around
first.
with other stuff, but it will take some time to get used to it though. Because with combat, like even like you can compare a mage and a warlock, and they're both basically casters as well as the priest, and the priest has a damage dealing spec as well, like the shadow version. So even though they are all considered casters and they wear cloth armor and such, the thing that defines them is their different spells as well as their different characteristics. Warlocks, they do a lot of harm to themselves itself, but they deal out a lot of damage in a short time.
I don't have a
Because
target.
they need their mana pool is quite the same as mage, but warlock spells cost a lot more mana, and they have this mechanic called like spirit stones, if I'm not wrong, or something like that. You have like 5 of them, and then you have to cast them using spells. So they need their casting spells. They start entirely different.
Yeah, I like it.
It's the same for the Shadow Priest as well. But in terms of the casters, my favorite is not a clone. It's not the mage, the warlock. It's the elemental shaman, because they're just ridiculous, but they're fun. And
Yeah.
I love shaman as a general class because they can melee if they want to, they can go range if they want to, and they can heal if they want to. It's fun.
Depends on which way you want to see your character.
Depends on how you like to play as. I mean, people. In the lore of WoW, there are shamans that are totemic warriors, and they prefer melee combat, and they imbue their weapons with like different elements and stuff. That's where they classify themselves as an enhancement shaman. They just carry like 2 claws or 2 hammers or 2 axes, and they imbue their melee attacks with elemental skills. They're like a warrior, but they're not as tanky as a warrior. They're just specifically meant to deal damage. But they have extra spells. They can do a lot of elemental spells, and they can cast like healing rain while they're in combat. They're pretty fun.
Okay.
The other extreme end, which is the elemental shaman,
Hello,
they do range.
stranger.
Like they're basically pure casters, and they can call out the elements. They can call like a thunderstorm. They can cast chain lightning. They can put an earthquake below a group of enemies. They can. There's even that thunderstorm spell is pretty fun because if like another player is next to you, like if you're PvP and another player is next to you, and you're nearby a cliff, when you thunderstorm, the thunderstorm has a knockback, so you can knock the other player off the cliff. Yeah. So and then shamans can actually change to like wolf form to travel in combat. They're I think about 40 to 50%. Yeah, they're 40 or 50% faster when they're in that, but they can the thing about them and druids is that they can change forms during combat, and then it really adds to that whole mix. So it's pretty fun. And then the enhancement shaman's special ability is that he can call 2 spirit wolves to help him while fighting, and the spirit wolves as they attack, they heal you as well.
Yeah.
So that's like a last minute thing. Let's say it's the last ditch, you're taking a lot of damage and you need to stay in the fight. You can pop a healing spring totem to heal yourself, and then you can summon the wolves, and then you can stay in the fight for a bit longer than you normally would.
Summon them straight away. I would.
Oh yeah, I mean you can, because they do a lot of damage extra, because normally at the start of a fight, because the boss fights and stuff, they take some time, right? Later on. The proper thing to do would be to pop Bloodlust, pop your wolves, and then just go ham with all your melee skills. And then you can use your wolves like I think 2 to 3 times a fight. So it's not bad, it's fun. Then the other end is the elemental shaman can just go into like this big avatar and of like different elements you can choose at I think level 90, and then you can just toss out ridiculous amounts. Like they pretty much are the only class that I think they and Warlock have one spell that can critical indefinitely.
Go forth to victory.
It's a critical hit every single time you use that spell.
Speak,
the Warlock
friend.
has a spell. The Destruction Warlock has a spell called the Chaos Bolt. It always hits critically.
For
no
the
matter what, but
horde.
it has a huge cast time. So if you can land that, it's so satisfying because it's a huge critical hit and it could be like a chunk of an opponent's life or a monster's life.
Okay, let's have a look what we got.
And then the Elemental Shaman, as long as they have their Flame Shock, which is a dot damage kind of thing, like your ignite on the target. Every time they use this skill called Lava Burst, it always critically hits. So there's that mechanic to it. The Elemental Shaman has a skill. Your Fire Mage has a skill that when you cast Fireball on a monster, it leaves a dot on them, right? After it hits. The Ignite dot. Damage over time.
Oh, I
So
don't know. I didn't play it. That's fine. I'm also trying to get a character at the moment, so yeah, I'll keep talking.
Yeah. Your mage has like the good thing about the mage is you don't have a separate spell to cast a damage over time. Your basic fireballs
User in
basically
your
do
channel was kicked
damage
from
over
the
time.
server.
Hmm.
So when, like for example, if you're at town and there's a target dummy, you can shoot at target dummy. You can cast a spell at a target dummy, and then you don't do anything for a while. You notice that he will be on fire, and he
Okay.
does that like a damage over time. So the elemental shamans can do the same thing. They can put it, but this time they have a separate spell for it. So it's called flame shock. They cast
Okay.
flame shock on the target. It takes a bit of damage over time, but
I thought
this is where it gets interesting. The moment the target is inflicted with flame shock, every time you use this, they have a special spell called lava burst. Every single time you cast lava burst after that, and it hits the target that has flame shock on it, your lava burst will always critically hit.
Okay.
So it does like 40%, 50% more damage, and then they have this extra spell that has a chance for it to set the lava burst on an instant cast cooldown, like your pyroblast. So you can spam it, they can like chain spam it on bosses, and it's ridiculous. It's fun.
I'm like, yeah, I'm still learning a lot in this game. Like I found, I thought versatility, you can only get up to 10, but it's actually 11 you can get up to. So far.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So haste is only 1 at the moment, and the curveball strike is 29. But when I activate, I've got this one item increases the power of the spell for 60 seconds. I've got the tongue, which I'm only hanging on to the tongue at the moment because it gives me extra bonuses till I can find something better to put in the spot.
Okay.
I've got another item which increases my spell for 60 seconds. So I've got 2 of those. I go click one, click the next one, and I click the last one which increases my spell power. Then I go target something and kill it.
Yeah. And then if you proc a... Sorry, hang on. Yeah.
Motor water, that'll go to there. So that's a quest item. Quest item. Okay, so now let's go get rid of these items. Find something to sell them to. What time is it? How about do
Speak, friend.
Oh, that's a gold.
May your blades never dull.
Now, who else can we sell some stuff to? Let's have the hammer dude. Tired. No? I might just sell it for him.
What do you need? Loktar.
Okay, let's get rid of that, that, and that. This is all stuff we'll keep. Can't get rid of those things.
Go forth to victory.
Now let's have a look at high-tech. See, that one there has been done, passive, so I can't do anything at the moment. Let's have a look at the hair-wise. Can't do nothing with that. Kind of annoying because I got stuff I can make, but I can't make them because I don't have the right equipment for it, the right herbs for it.
Sorry, my wife called.
Ah, that's okay.
Yeah, sorry, you were saying?
I can't remember what I was saying. No, the versatility in that, I managed to build that up, so I was happy with that. I thought 10 was the highest you could go, but it's actually 11. Then you got haste, which is good, and then I've got critical strike. Like I've got a lot of stuff which I'm trying to work out what items I want to put into my character. And when I use the other ones, I click those little artifacts, and I've got the tongue, which gives me 9 to intelligence and 9 to stamina. I haven't found anything to replace that yet, so I might as well keep
you mean
that.
as a trinket, is it?
That's a trinket you can use. But you don't have to actually keep it on you. This is the irony. Okay, I can only hold 2 trinkets.
passive, I think. Yeah, every character can hold up to 2 trinkets only.
No, but the thing is, though, you can hold more. You can actually put the trinkets actually on the bottom of your bar. Okay, I've got the tongue.
Oh yeah,
right?
I mean, unless if they're activatable, then yeah, you can do that. Some of them are passive, like the 9 Intel 9 stamina one. Does it have a special
Yeah,
effect?
that's a passive one, but I've got
Yeah.
other trinkets that give me higher stuff like that, so I don't really worry about that one. But what I'm talking about is I've got 2 trinkets on me. One trinket I can keep them on me or not on me because I can activate them down the bottom, put them on the bar.
Oh, that's nice.
So I can actually activate the tongue, which does bugger all damage. So it just like it annoys creatures really. Like, oh yeah, I can tongue them. But I'm just hanging on to that till I find something better. But then I've got another. I've got a 58 level trinket, which increases my spell power. Increases my spell power by 68 for 15 seconds. The next one, which is
good.
increase, it also gives me 18 to.
Oh, nice.
I'll try to read that. 15 to critical strikes, right? The next one gives me 14 to critical strike, but it also increases the spell power for 67 seconds. By 67 by 15 seconds. And then the next one is it gives me another critical strike, which is 16 critical strike, and that increases my spell. Yeah, increases spell power by 18. 50 for
nice.
15 seconds. So it's like click one, click the other one, click the other one, summon the dudes that are the mirror image, and they have the firewall protection, the blazing barrier, and then you basically just shoot at people, and you literally they die. I can actually go into a dungeon and kill one character by myself, but I've scrapped all my dungeon missions because no one else is really on, and I'm not going to worry about doing dungeons just yet. I'm just going to do the missions and build my character up and try to build. I'm trying to figure out how to build like herbalism and that up. Like currently, when I go to professions and alchemy and all that, I can do it. There's too many things in grey, but I've got a lot of things in green, but I can't get that because I need to find all the stuff for them, which is annoying.
That would come down to all the different locations. Can you give me one of the materials in green that you have that you were trying to find? I can roughly tell you where it is.
Ragwell or Vel.
Okay. That's where you can find them. You're at the Burning Crusade, right? The Outland, I think.
Yeah, I'm a Burning.
Okay, you can get that material in the Bladespire Mountains. Either that, or you can get it at the Hellfire Peninsula.
I'm in the what is it called?
You're in the Shadow Moon Valley, right? Zangamash. Ah, okay.
60 to 80 level.
Yeah. So if you do want to, if you want to get those particular materials, then you'll have to go back to those zones to actually get them because they're considered lower tier materials.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I've got to go back to which one?
Correct. Either Hellfire Peninsula or sorry, let me Blaze Edge Mountains, if I'm not wrong. It's also in the Outlands.
Okay, so
that's why the materials in green, because they're considered low tier materials already, and they do give you levels for your skills, but it won't be as much as doing the orange ones.
Oh, okay, so orange one's the Flask of Light.
Yes, orange ones are the ones that are confirmed to increase your skill level by a significant amount.
The grey ones are useless to me, and the green ones only do. And how about the yellow ones? Are they useless to me or not?
Sorry, yeah. It should be either orange or yellow. Yeah, those are the good ones.
Oh,
they increase your skill levels a bit higher.
So Flask of Light, I've got. Oh god, I've got to find mana thistles and nether blue. Lots of those.
Those are basically plants that you should be able to find them in lower tier areas or in areas that you're at. Like if let's say for example you're doing a bit of herbalism, that means that you're gathering plants while you're doing quests, right? If you mouse over a particular plant and it's in yellow, that means it belongs in that level zone itself.
Okay.
Because that, like for example, in Zangarmarsh, there's a few like spore stuff you can gather, and if you're at the correct level for your herbalism as well as your alchemy, the materials when you try to gather them, the name below appears in about like there's like a yellow color tinge there to tell you that.
Now I've got to find like primal life and
Primal life.
primal earth. I've got to find those two and primal matter. They're annoying. Just to create one fun thing, but it gives you gold as well. But oh, actually,
Yeah.
oh, that's a trinket I can create. What? I can make a trinket? That's weird. Yeah, I'm alchemist. I can make a trinket.
Yeah. All alchemists can create their own trinkets, and it's only usable by alchemists.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it should be something like it increases your healing to yourself, I think, if I'm not wrong. That's the passive effect of it.
Nah, this one just gives me stamina and critical strike. That's it.
Oh, it doesn't give you any passive like alchemy stones. Is it called an alchemy stone or something like that?
Just says something stone. MERCU. What is it called?
Mercurial stone.
Yeah. That's pretty much
okay,
not.
yeah. Those are the first tier ones.
Okay.
The later on ones, the ones that you can craft at level 80 to 85, they increase the healing that you do to yourself by like 40%.
I have to admit, I like the healing stuff and you create your own bread and all that. And also
Yeah.
I like
Yeah, so basically like the healing food that the mages can create, right? If you wear an alchemy stone, the healing on that is increased by 40%.
wow.
Yeah, you can abuse it.
I like that.
Yep.
Some of them are interesting. You gotta find stuff. You gotta find like healing potion. I've gotta go find. I can't pronounce the bloody pronounce the name. Something BRA something fawn. It's a healing potion, but I don't really need it. I only basically create it so I can actually get higher points.
I see.
So I've got to find that one. I just want to upgrade the, you know what I mean? And I've got to get black mouth oil. And then I've got.
I think the black mouth oil is from fishing, if I'm not wrong. From the black mouth bass, I think.
But it's an orange one, isn't it? That's a swim one. I don't really need it.
Yeah,
but it's just there to create.
The thing about alchemy, like for example, if you take like that's why certain people they have like separate characters that like let's say for example, what they do is they have their main character and then they have like a gathering character. So what they do to make it easy, the easiest gathering character you can ever make, like a class that is very good at gathering, is actually a Tauren druid. Because Taurens can harvest, they are passive. One of their passive abilities is they can harvest, like for herbalists, they can harvest plants much faster. It's like 40% faster. And then like on top of that, a druid can change forms when they're like level 60. They can change forms immediately. Like there's no, like when you're using a flying mount, there's a small animation there and there's a bar that goes up, right?
What's that?
Druids don't have. You know when you're trying to summon your flying mount.
Yeah.
Yeah, then there's a bar, there's an animation to show you. It takes about a second and a half. The thing is, druids don't have to go through that. They can just change to fight form on the spot.
Wow.
So having a Tauren druid can help you gather materials even faster than any other class. Yeah. So like for myself, I didn't do that. I just used my main character when and then went around with a flying mount and then just like collect. I spent like days collecting materials and stuff. So once I've